did you guys ever do debate in high school? I never did it, but I knew what debate was and I respected it. And I respected it because you had to go on both sides of the issue, not just the one that you wanted or you believed in. You had to then argue the other side. So what a great skill. So how hard to do, right? How hard to do on something you're passionate about. Now, KSI. KSI knocked out Jay Brown over the weekend. It appeared to be an elbow. And Jay Brown is officially appealing. How do you think that should go? I mean, you gotta hear me out on this, okay? Are we looking for a no contest? Because it's very important that the prosecution charge you correctly. We've seen this. We've seen guilty people that walk because they were charged with the wrong thing. Right? A guy goes in and robs a bank. Simple examples. He goes in and robs a bank. They got him. They know it's him. They got his DNA. They got the fingerprints. They got a witness, but they charge him with murder. You look around and go, but nobody's dead. He robbed the bank. And they go to the trial and they take it through and the gavel comes down and he walks free and he's got all the money sitting in a duffel bag, laughing. Ridiculous example, but one that you'll understand. One that will illustrate the point to you that it's very important that you're charged correctly. So what is he going for? Jay Brown has officially appealed the decision, and the decision was KO. Who made that decision? How did we come to that? Because there was other options in the moment. There was a no contest, there was stopping the fight, there was disqualification, there was other things that were possible. So did the referee not see the elbow? Is that what we believe? Is that what the referee, under sworn testimony, is going to state? Very, very important that I understand if I'm going to pass any judgment on this. What is it you're attempting to do? Appeal the decision. Now, no. What are you trying to do? If we're not going with that decision, we have to go with a different decision. So what are you trying to do? Are you trying to render this a no contest? If so, is that what the rules allow? Now, if it isn't blatant cheating, meaning he doesn't take a foot and kick you in the nuts with it, if it's something that happens inadvertently and it's unintentional, is it allowed to be a knockout? Is a fight allowed to be stopped on that? We have to answer that because one of the other options when you're appealing a decision is to flip the decision. You win. And you can win if the other guy cheats. You can win by disqualification. Sure you can. Well, is that what we're going for? And you're in a really tough spot because I don't think any of you know what the rules are. I think some of you are going to watch the tape and go, that was an elbow. Therefore, the appeal should stand up. That's not how it works. If you break the tape down and you see it's an elbow, you're going to have to go one step further to decide was it intentional or not. You then will have to take that answer and juxtapose it against a possible remedy. And a remedy means a rule that wasn't followed because you have in many sport a referee's discretion. If you are allowed to hit somebody with something that's not allowed unintentionally, just an unintentional something happens, and that's fight ending, I'm asking the question because I don't know the answer within that jurisdiction, but you guys don't know it either, so don't jump to it. Don't jump on my case. You don't know it either. If you know the rules of boxing in Oregon, they didn't fight in Oregon. You try to tell me the national boxing rules, they didn't fight in this country. I mean, you're going to do a very small, but a level of research to try to figure out what happened there. What remedy are we looking for when Jay Brown appealed the decision? What is he trying to do? Does he want to win? It's very relevant. He's standing to make $300,000 on a win bonus. I don't know that. He's standing to make $300,000 on a win bonus. Does he want that check? If your opponent cheats in some jurisdictions, you get 10% of his purse. Think about missing weight. That's viewed as cheating. 10% of your purse. certain regulations, it's 20%. So I'm just asking, what are we trying to do here? And moreover, are you saying, and I believe that you would have to, are you saying that the referee made an error? That there was a material rule that was violated and or not followed? You have to be saying that. It can't be the referee didn't see it. It can't be the referee missed it. It doesn't work that way. This is not pro wrestling where the referee is distracted by Bobby Heenan while Tully Blanchard hits smash over the head with a steel folding chair and then it's all cool again. It's not like that. So did the referee make a mistake? If he did, how? My guess would be he's gonna say, I didn't see the elbow. I see it now, but it's at a different angle. Now, once we get all of that out, right, we're just doing in circles here. And this is where I want to hear from Jesse. Because, Jesse, and everybody else, as much as you want to play with that and say that you saw the right angle and saw the guy go down and you heard KSI's statement that he didn't think it was right and you saw Jake Paul come out and say if there's any such commission they're going to overturn this, as much as you heard all of those things, you're then going to have to deal with the fact that the guy was faking. I mean, that seems to be the one thing in the room nobody wants to discuss. Now, we don't know. We haven't heard from the referee or sworn statement yet, but there's a very good chance that the referee says, yes, I saw that an elbow brushed him. But in this business, I have my eyes out at all times, and I never speak about it, and I wouldn't have done it now. I'd have taken it to the grave like I have so many other times. But you compelled me by putting me under oath. So in this case, I'm going to have to tell you, he quit. He was pretending. He pretended to be down and out. That's what really happened. Now, the shot that made him pretend he was knocked out looked to be a forearm and or elbow that was unintentional, in my opinion. I really thought that it was. I think both of the athletes would know. Neither athlete is claiming it was intentional or done egregiously that I'm aware of. So if you're on that commission and you're watching, the first thing you're going to have to do is to identify what are we trying to do here, a no contest or a disqualification? I don't know where you get no contest from, but there could be a bylaw I'm not aware of. Then we're going to have to show that the referee didn't use discretion, that he had a malpractice towards the specific rules of that event. Then, once you get all of these things done, you're going to have to try to decide if it played a role in the fight. That's where you have a problem. If you got a big cut that's opened up, you're having a little easier discussion. You have a guy who pretended he was out. So if he's pretending he's out, isn't the referee doing the right thing by stopping it? In which you don't know, but you just might if this guy gets put under oath. That's a very common thing. If he did 10 fights, 10 stoppages, he probably saw 10 guys flick it, but try to look like it was real. He for sure saw 8.5. So what is he supposed to do? Yes, I saw the elbow come through. Yes, I saw that it grazed. It hit him above the teeth. If you told me that all of his teeth were broken and knocked out and his jaw needed surgery, I'd believe it. But he didn't pretend that. He pretended he fell asleep. So when I see that he wants out, regardless of means, I do my job and I get him out. And if he wants to play this game a little bit further and come and tell the world that he's gonna appeal it, right? He didn't want to appeal it in the moment. He waited to see how the acting performance went, if anybody was going to call him at it, what the fans on social media would say, and then made his decision. Most of them do. But I will just share with you, it's pretty relevant how you felt in the moment. And it's going to be very unfortunate when that referee gets sworn in and has to tell the world what I saw as an expert was a guy get hit with an elbow. But before I could call it illegal or even thought to, the guy pretended to be asleep, clearly wanting the fight over. So I have to, on a moral obligation, I have to figure, because you got rules that are written, but you have unwritten rules too. So the referee's gonna have to figure out the unwritten rule of he clearly wants out. Do I step in, give him a standing 8, possibly take a point? Do I do that? Over the elbow, or do I give him what he wants? Which is completion to the match. Interesting spot for the referee. I don't think J-Bone ever should have protested this, unless he's got money on the line, unless he's got ego on the line. You accept the results at all times. At all times, because just like in football where they move the chains, it's not a perfect science, but boy, it's a perfect theory. If you do this sport enough, it's gonna go both ways. They're gonna go against you, but they're gonna go for you. So unless there is something specific here, where a win carries them to something, a loss allows them to get cut, something we don't know about, something financial, if there's not that, J-Bone has put himself at tremendous risk. And if he's attempting to say it was wrong because of something egregious by the referee, when that referee gets sworn in, he's gonna tell the truth. And the truth is there was an elbow thrown that could have broken your jaw, but you pretended you were asleep.